All right, guys. Hello and welcome to another Sunday Live. Sorry, a little bit late tonight. Got done church and went over to the fun zone for the kids. Daughter's birthday's coming up, so did a little bit of dinner at Applebee's, and then we went over there and did some arcadey stuff and bumper cars. So had a good time. So we'll get this going. Let me see. Subscribers. Date subscribed. 50. All right. So we're going to start off with the subscribers from this last week. Yeah. So we've got Gene Mueller, Christy Pop. We'll call it Pop. Patrick Lame, Weslow, Pavelaris, something like that. 28. Boy, oh boy. Not the easiest names, that's for sure. Elo, Vinny, Sean G, Dahim Orca, something like that. Alab, Benjamin Grove, Trill Garrett, Charles Jr. Daly, and I think that's it. We're at the 12th already. Yeah. I remember Robert Claremont, I think. Oh boy, I don't know. We're at the 12th and we're already at November 2nd. So I'm gonna say that's it. I know we've had 200 subscribers since last Sunday, so I don't know. 221 now. Yeah, 221. So I don't know. Maybe people aren't allowing subscription status to be whatever you want to call it. I know you can hide your subscriptions. RC Fun, what is going on? How you doing? Have you built that muffler yet? Mr. Dan, what's going on, brother? Dan, have you tried that the heck is it? I'm doing all right, brother. I'm doing all right. What the heck is it? That skin that you put over the water and you dip your plastics in. Have you tried that yet? We'll be right back. Trying to figure out what the banging is out there. Did you get it? Got the stuff to do it? Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of wondering on it. Haven't got the time. Yeah, I understand that, brother. I understand that wholeheartedly. Busy time of year, that's for sure. It takes about an hour to do. Yeah. Still training, RC Fun? Yep. I'm excited. I've got, well, nothing's set yet. It still hasn't shipped, but I think I've got another 500i coming. I sent it to Dan. I ended up stealing the thing basically. If it all works out, I don't know. It could have been a mistake that they made on eBay. But I think I got a 600 or a 500i for $600, and they could have missed a one in there and meant to put it on for 1600 because it still hasn't shipped yet. But if it does, I am interested. I almost think that I'm getting some of the issues that Buckin had with his first 500i. I don't have anything set yet, and I think I might even be jumping the gun because we are getting into wintertime, so it is leaning out with the air temperature and whatnot. But I am very interested to see. I have not sold any of these pipes yet that I've made. I'm interested to see how it does on a different unit. Go for my firearms course, the 27th and 20th. What does that allow you to have, Dan? Because you guys are allowed to have smooth bore, shotguns, stuff like that, right? You can't have any center fire or rimfire cartridges, right? Rifle, shotguns, break action, yeah. No pistols, yeah. Yeah. Only the non-law abiding citizens can have the pistols, eh? Yeah, you gotta hold the line and walk it and follow everything. Because the criminals do, right? Oh man. Tell your family to move to the States, Buck. We need you down here. It's only a couple miles from you. We had the restricted license, but they just took that one away. Isn't that something? Yeah. Maine, New Hampshire, they're pretty free there. I don't think they can have flavored cigars, but they can have firearms. Take our Swisher Sweets away, but we can have our guns. Oh man. So how you guys doing? You guys staying warm? It's definitely changed for the worse around here. Finally, I've been home probably a half hour or so. I got the stove ripping in here. Stove's up to 800 degrees right now, so she's just on the overfire side. But we got her up to just 50, 55 now. But I bet you she's probably 30, 32, 34 degrees outside. Old freaking Trudeau. It's all right. We all have Trudeaus. He's just able to get by a little bit faster than the ones we have with our Constitution. They're eating it away though, piece by piece. Oh man, I don't know. I'm hoping we've got some new eyes on the channel that were asking some good questions, and one of them was asking me. He had I think he said he had a steel saw that he was able to get started, but as soon as he gave it fuel, he wasn't able to. It kept shutting off on him. So I'm hoping he comes in here. I'd like to bounce some ideas and kind of see what's going on with it. Velcro, what's going on, brother? If you had that, you can own the pistol, but to use it, you need to apply for the application. It can only be discharged. It's stupid, man. Stupid. Love that stupidity. You know, they still, that's freedom. No. I can freaking walk out my door right now with one of my freedom package senders and just start letting them fly if I want that's that's a little bit better than Canada, but we've got a lot of written laws that I don't know. We got a lot of garbage coming down the pike though. Ground pounder, what's up? At the hospital with your brother? Still praying for him, buddy. Let him know. That freaking turkey, man, that thing had me in stitches, by the way. That is funny. That's got to be something. I was thinking about it. I was freaking playing Mario Kart with the kids the other night on the Nintendo 64. I got that going. I ended up getting the cords and everything else. And Charlie the pig freaking jumped up on my lap, and you want to talk about freaking heavy. But, I mean, just animals that you wouldn't think. I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. Same BS, different day. Only thing changed was yeah. Oh, same. Yeah, I got you. I got you. What the heck have we been doing? We've been late night. This freaking time change really got me screwed up. But if Dan or Velcro, I know you guys are on. You guys play DayZ. I got a couple servers that we've been playing on. That's been kind of fun. I've been doing the Sledders. Sledders came up with an update too. But hit me up if either one of you guys do any of that DayZ stuff. That's kind of fun. Been a little bit. I've been playing a half hour. Now that it's starting to get cold and dark at 5 o'clock. Can't buy a pistol, but I can go buy 10 pounds of tanner. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. She's a trip, man. That happens. That's awesome, bud. That's awesome. Oh, you had a server running for a while? Cool. Yeah, he's doing Deputy's a big PvE man. And he's got some pretty nasty things on one server that we're playing on. It's I don't know. Like I said, it's freaking wintertime, man. Wintertime. Sit by the fire and freaking play a little bit, I guess. Time change has me all scared. I'm the same way, man. I can't get to bed till freaking 11, 12 o'clock and then wake up for 4 or 5. It's I don't know. Yeah, I was what was I on? I was on Trump's Wall or something like that last night. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I went up to Northwest Airfield and started shooting some clowns up there. It was fun. It is. I got to remember them. You keep doing tree work right through the wintertime, ground pounder? I think I asked you this before. I'm in between right now. I'm half tempted to go out and get a firewood processor. I just sold a cord yesterday. It sounds like she's going to want a lot more, and she's got friends, so I don't know. I'm in a rock and a hard place with it. But I've been looking for skidders for 3-4 weeks now, and everything realistically that's not going to need a pile of work is $30,000-$40,000, and I'm not looking to take out a loan. So I think I'm going to bebop it with my tractor for a little bit longer, or till that job is done. But I've been going in there picking up the firewood that I was bucking up that wasn't going to go to log form, and I've been doing firewood here. I've got some videos going to be coming up doing a little bit of firewood, so kind of change things up for you guys a little bit. But we're cold. Every morning is start a fire in the shed, get my stuff together. I'm waiting. The guy that I picked up the snowblower from called me and wasn't able to get rid of his tractor. He's got a cab Kubota 28 horse. I would really like it, but that's one of them other $20,000 things that I really don't need right now. Uh, but he just called me and he says that he doesn't want to deal with the brush hog and the logging chains for the back of it. So I'm gonna hopefully get a hold of him this week, get up there, get that brush hog off him and them logging chains, and that way I can get my tractor back to the woods. Because right now we are at the point where I am not going to be able to move too much more without some crossbars. I'm just hoping my fenders don't pay the price with it, but it is what it is. You keep up with customer demand. Yeah. No, I just didn't know if it slows down in the winter, but that was the biggest thing. I know I've got a couple jobs. Actually, I just had a lady get a hold of me. The lady that I'm logging for, sounds like the chickens going at it right now. Blah, blah, blah. He would like to get some trees cut on his property and then his camp. So, like I said, I don't know how that all works. With wintertime, I know that there's still a demand, obviously, for it, but you know how that goes. Oh, there's ground pounder right there. All right, cool. So yeah, I've got 4 or 5 jobs lined up this week, and then I've got to keep pounding out the firewood. Just wish I had 2 tractors. One at the woods to keep going with that, and then one here for moving the firewood. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot too. I mean, a lot of my stuff was the seasonals. Of course, it goes the other way too. The guys out on that have the lake houses and all that stuff around here, they're in all summer long and don't want you messing with it. But then when they get done, they give you a list of things to do. So you've got springtime that you can basically go in and do your cutting, and then fall, and then wintertime. And a lot of the places out where we are is waterlocked. So if you can't go in there with a boat, and they don't have any way you can snowmobile out on the lakes or anything like that, so it's kind of a tricky situation. You basically can start around here sometimes late March, but generally mid to late August, April. Yeah, from April till May, late May. So you basically have a month there, and then they're there till end of September, generally. So it doesn't leave you with much time they've got a laundry list of things to do. But yeah, no, I understand that. At least around here. But you guys are pretty similar. When we're getting snow, it seems like you guys are too. But I am having a hard time not using the old justification machine right now to pull the trigger on one of these firewood processors. I am definitely having a hard time with that. I mean, it takes me 45 to an hour to make a face cord. And then stack. Well, you stack into the bin, and then you stack it on the pallets and whatnot. Excuse me. And then I sell. Right now, like I said, I wasn't doing firewood this year because our face cords going for about $60 to $80 a face cord, so it's not worth my time. But I've made it clear that my price is going to be $100 just for the amount of time it takes me with the 45 minutes to an hour with wood next to the splitter. And like what I sold yesterday was a cord, so that was $100 a face cord. I stacked it this spring, and it was for the shop to keep me going all winter. And now I really wish I would have went a little bit further with it. I do have quite a few cords down at the property, but come this winter, I won't be able to get in and out of there with my truck, and it's pretty freaking wet right now. So I don't know. I've seen you have a bunch. Yeah, the ash is actually they're logs. They're logs. I do have a lot of ash firewood that from the limbs and whatnot, and the when the log got below 8 inches, basically, I cut off a strip for firewood, and the tops of the trees and everything else is getting bucked into firewood. But yeah, the all that I was cutting, that's all for the logs. But yeah, that's some beautiful ash, I will say. Have you ever considered a small articulated loader? It would be nice. The problem with a loader where I am is we don't have flat ground. Where I'm logging right now is relatively flat, has a relatively flat area. But like where the videos don't show anything as far as our land here. I mean, we live in a valley. This is considered the valley. So like behind me, I've got hills to get into my grandmother's property that my side by side wouldn't climb if there wasn't a tree on it. They're too steep. And I live on a hill. You know, if I don't take my tractor and drive it the right way around my yard, I can roll it. It's we live in a hill, so I've had a lot of experience with the loaders. Probably my favorite one, being a small loader, was the 244 John Deere 244J. I think it was. I ran that for 4 or 5 years at the stone plant, doing the pallets and paver stones and salt and dirt work and this, that, and the other. Ran the loaders for the state for years. It just, when you get them on grades, that's the problem with them. You know, probably the best thing. I really don't know. I really don't know. When you start dealing with hills, I think that's most of the reason why I've wanted to skip the tractor phase of logging with a tractor and go right to a skidder, because you know I've run skidder plenty of years, and I know what they're capable of, and I know what the footprint and the width feels like versus a tractor. But loaders are top heavy generally top heavy. Um, I don't know. The worst loader I ever ran, small loader, was the I couldn't even tell you the name of it, but it was a Volvo, and the front, the two front or the front axle of it would turn, and the cab was on the rear, or the cab was on the front. I don't remember. I think the cab was on the front though, and anywhere you turned, that cab would go like a skidder. But it had, I don't know what the heck you'd call it, live axle or I don't know, but that thing was so stinking tippy, so stinking tippy. So yeah, I've contemplated the loader. I just I don't know. I don't really have a lack. I do have a lack in lifting capacity, but I don't at the same time. And a loader, that's really all they're good for is lifting and material handling. If my logs were bigger, I could definitely justify a bigger loader. But yeah, I mean, right now what I need is footprint and weight. My tractor's got plenty of butt behind it. It doesn't have ground clearance. It doesn't have weight, and it doesn't have the butt to it. It's definitely lacking in the weight department. And I've had some comments talking about that with the with my tractor and pulling. I think Tom, no, it's bad with names. Todd. Todd was telling me that I should put weight on the front of mine. But the thing about it is yes, I could put ballast on the front forks of my tractor when I'm logging with it, but everything is a problem in the woods. My forks aren't long. They're not 3 footers. Yeah, they might be 2.5 footers, 3 footers, something like that. I forgot what the inches is. But when you get things besides what the tractor is on the front or in the back, it's just it. I don't know. Unless you're in the woods, unless you do the work and you've tried these different things, it's like the bucket. The first time I was using that farming winch, I used to grab a bucket of dirt and for ballast type deal. But you use the bucket. Uh, you just it's one of them natural things that you kind of do uh, without really thinking about it. It's not like you're just using the tractor with the farming winch to pull the logs. I'm using the bucket to push myself, to pull myself, to pick up a tree, to move brush and whatnot. So putting something on my loader as ballast is going to kind of limit me on that. It's a hard thing to explain, and I know everybody's trying to help with it, and I completely I take every comment that I get with that. Um, you just don't I don't know what exactly to do with it yet. So I'm just being easy with it, the easiest that I can be. I love my Kubota R4. Yes, I know. I know. The thing about having a loader, um, see, if I was to get a loader, what I would do with it wouldn't be loader things. I would put that thing in the woods and I would pull out trees with it. That's what I would do. Um, because I mean, without that front loader arms, that whole deal, You're basically looking at a hermaphrodite skidder in my eyes. But you've got to kind of you've got to look at everything. Like if I go on the marketplace and I look at loaders, I'm only using marketplace because it's right here. It's quick. Loader. Come on. Really don't have much. Really don't have much around here, at least. Upland, Vermont. But it's yeah, really nothing. There's a Trojan 3000. That's, I mean, you guys probably can't see that. That's way too big. Way too big. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. There's a good one. John Deere 644 loader, but you're dealing with skidder prices. You know, that's $27,000. Oop, hey there. 244J. Oh, that's a frickin' ad. Yeah. 75,000, 38,000, 27,000, 34,000 Terex loader. 25,000, 23,000. It's like I said, wishing one hand, crap in the other. See what fills up faster. Loaders about the same price. 18,000, but that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I could get an old timberjack, you know, that needs you know, you're in that range. What you're doing, it's perfect for. You know, exactly. It's perfect for it. What I'm doing, I would need to take a loader and do like Laugard Wade did with what is it, Brutus? Where he took that rock truck and he put about $8,000. No, that's a six wheeler. Probably $12,000 worth of rubber underneath it. I would have to go with an aggressive tread or a set of chains because I know what them yard tires do. You know what I mean? I hear you, and man, it sure is. I would like to add a small ride on Bobby. What? Yeah, I don't know. It's one of them things. You know, if I could get a loader for, I don't know, if I could get a loader for 10 grand, with hydraulic issues, or not with hydraulic issues, no, with cylinder issues, I wouldn't mind taking the front arms right off the thing, and just using it as a temporary skidder or something like that. Because I don't need lifting. Lifting's not an issue right now. When it does become an issue, it becomes an issue. But yeah, the biggest thing is getting the wood from the woods. My tractor's doing it. I don't know how long. You know, granted, it only has 300 hours on it, so it is still relative. A ride-on bobcat. Yes. Yes, I know. I was looking at them when I was doing when I was heavy in the tree work this summer. Which I still do. I still do tree work. I'm a jack of all trades right now, and I love it. You know, a neighbor calls or a friend of a neighbor calls to come. You know, like I said, I this year I started doing tree work for the lady up the road. That turned into siding her house, and then that turned into building the bridge, and then now all of a sudden she wants me to log in this 80 acres she has, so I'm doing that, and that is what I want to do. That is what I want to do. However, firewood is something that people need here, and it kills me to think that I've got all this firewood and that it's going as slow as it is now. I got two log splitters, so I mean, it's one of them. Even if I do get a firewood processor, then I need to get a dump trailer or a little dump truck. It's so I'm looking at 80 grand if I go after the firewood side. I'm looking at probably 80 grand if I go after the logging side. So I'm just gonna keep her going with what I can. But I was doing the math. Okay. Let me just say right here. Okay, so right now, John picking up my logs. Okay, the firewood logs. Okay, is $1,200 in my pocket. So by me giving him, I think it's 18 cord, 16 or 18 cord on the truck worth of firewood logs. He's giving me $1,200 a load. Okay, so if I sell firewood for $300 a cord, we'll do 300 times 16 at the low. That's $4,800. Okay, say 18 now. Now I understand what a truck can carry. You don't exactly get for firewood cordage, but let's just say 300 times 18. That's $5,400 that I'm getting $1,200 for. Okay, so I'm missing. So I'm throwing away $4,200 by not processing this wood myself. That's saying I have a buyer, correct? Okay, now say I do with my little splitter. we're gonna be what do I do? I could do 1.5 to 2 face cord on a tank of fuel. So I'm gonna say 3 hours. If it's 45 minutes for a face cord, I'm gonna just leave it 3 hours. Okay, so that leaves me with 2.5 cord a day at 8 hours. Now, one of these processors that I'm looking at is able to do 1 to 2 cord. No, it's 2 to 4 cord per hour. I was watching. I don't know if you guys ever watch him. He does sawmilling, logging, firewood. The Log Father, and he's got a Tsunami or Tusami or whatever the heck it is, but he can do two cord in 31 minutes with it. Okay, so you're looking at 16 cord per day, per 8 hours, where I can do 2.5. Okay, so 16 times 300. No. What was I doing? It would be 300. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Okay. So if I was to be able to work with no breakdowns, no nothing, an 8-hour day, obviously, $4,800, right? Does that make sense? Yes, I think it was, because 66 times 300. Yes, because I timed it out, because I am looking at one right now, and I was trying to figure out how long it would take me to make what I spent on a firewood processor if I go this route. So there was one. There is a, what is that? Blue and yellow. I think it's a Dyna. There's a Dyna wood processor. Dyna wood processor, right? Yeah, Dyna wood processor for $18,500. So what I was looking at was, shoot, 300 times, shoot, where my math here? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart and a half here. Shoot. Was it 300 times 16 is $4,800. Okay, because that was per day. And then if I divided 66 divided by 300. No. Frick, I just did it too. Either way, I think it was like 4 days of runtime. You can actually make that. Now that's if you had the firewood there, or if you had the logs there. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I did. Shoot. Either way, I don't know. I can't do math on the I did it the other day with my dad, and I was like, if I was to work 4-hour days, it would take me 8 days to make $20,000 worth of firewood. Right? I don't know. It's sickening. It really is. If you have the wood, like I said, that's the biggest thing that we've got going on here. And my brain is too burnt to even think about this. I had one that I put on my flatbed and still haul my dump trailer, but sold it because I had more issues that I wanted to deal with. Yeah, I've heard they don't give them things away neither. I know my brother-in-law, he's got or my brother-in-law's brother has got a tree company, and he just had one, and he had the tracked version. He had the tracked version, and the thing picked too much weight. Now, generally, I call it experience. But either way, he picked up something that was too large and ended up rolling it. And generally, with a grapple, if you roll it, it's going to fold on itself and it won't go any further. Nonetheless, his rolled. For some reason, the log came out of it, and it was still running, and it rolled into a river, lake, whatever the case may be, hydro-locked. It ruined the engine. So he ended up having to put $6,000 worth of engine in it. And now he's fighting hydraulic issues too. So I know that they're not the cheapest thing either. There's one that I was looking at. It's green. I think it has a weird name. I might even have the brochure in here. But I think that one started out like $70,000. I don't know, for what it's worth. It would be cool to be able to put a snowblower on it, forks, bucket, and be able to pal around here. Like, I've got this brush hog coming for the tractor. I've got the snow blower. So I can see myself being an asset in the community if we get a heap of snow or something like that. But in the same respect, I'm not the type of guy to go and say, hey, it's going to be $20 to do your driveway, or hey, it's going to be $40 to do your driveway. I'm the type of guy that just goes and does it. No money, no nothing, and just move on to the next one and do it. And so that's half the reason why I'm always in the predicament that I am with money is I just like being a good individual more than charging, I guess, you know. Even with the firewood yesterday, I went there. I think I started at 9:30, loading up my truck, bringing it down. I ended up cleaning their chimney, stacking all the wood for them. I helped them with the stove downstairs and, did all this. I ended up getting home at like 3, 4 o'clock. And that's just a normal type of day, I guess. I don't know. I'm not one of the guys to just take the dump trailer, load it up, dump it in the yard, and get. Now, hopefully I can get to that stage someday, but with neighbors and stuff like that, I never really have that. Hey, you do that, buddy. Like I said, I'll be praying for him. You have a wonderful week, homie. It never stops, man. I think about that 200K. Yeah. It goes quick. It goes quick, man. But I think everybody's gone. If Ground Pounder leaves, I'm going to be talking to myself. So to anybody else out there, if anybody is out there still, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Had a good stream, Ground Pounder. Appreciate the back and forth, buddy. You let me know you want to try another live stream one of these days. You get time. We'll try the joint live stream. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday. Sunday makes it complicated. I know you got your brother and stuff like that to deal with right now, so no rush on that. But you get time, you hit me up, and we'll pop in one night or day or whatever. Doesn't really matter. But God bless y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Stay warm.